Good morning, everyone. If you want to just go ahead and drop your name and where you're from in the chat, we'll get started, and I'll start in about just a minute while everybody's kind of still jumping in, and then we will get started on our journey this morning. Awesome.
Okay, it is 9:45.
All right. I'll go ahead and get started with my presentation. You're still welcome to drop names, stuff in the chat. Welcome to each of you. This is Journey Through the Instruction Hub, and it's just an exciting opportunity that we are going to have as we build our instruction and learning in the state of South Carolina. So I'm going to introduce myself. You see my picture there of my sweet little family. I am Paige Mitchell. I am one of the learning engagement coaches within the Department of Early Learning and Literacy. I work with a team of fabulous ladies who serve families across our state. I get to work with the teachers, so I get to still love on all of those that are still out there. I am a classroom teacher at heart. I came from an elementary room, and then I went to be a digital integration specialist in a larger district, which just means technology coach. Just gave a big fancy word for it. And then I became this learning engagement coach. So I went from being able to share with the district of teachers to I get to broaden my wings and love on all of the teachers across our state. So I have that privilege. I am a learner at heart. I constantly learn. I've hit the top of the pyramid of education. I just earned my doctorate. So I want to learn constantly and keep myself engrossed in all of that. As we go through, I'm very, very passionate about what I do, and I have a tendency to talk a lot and talk really fast. So at any point, if you have a question, if you'll drop it in the chat, Jamila is going to stop and tell me if there's questions, or if you're like, slow down, those types of things to just kind of help out. Just a couple of meeting norms. If you'll please keep your microphone muted. Everybody seems very quiet this morning, so you'll make sure that that's muted. I will give a point that during the last session, my internet went out, so I'm on a hotspot, so I had a little bit of a freak out moment, but it's all good now and we're under control. So if you keep your microphone muted, if you need to ask questions, you can use the chat section. If you have aha moments or things that you learned, you can also drop that in the chat for us today. So I am excited about this journey and to share what I have for you. So a couple of things. Our objective for this session is to familiarize you with what the LOR is. And I'll use that word LOR, which is the Learning Object Repository, and then familiarize you with how to use it with teachers and in your classrooms. So I'm going to ask you to have a little bit of a part in the session before we begin, so I kind of know how slow or how fast I need to move. So if you will tell me how familiar you are with the LOR. So drop in the chat a number 1 through 4, 1 being I have no idea what you are even referring to. If you are a 2, you can be I've heard about it. That's about it. 3 says I have explored but can use some guidance. Or 4 is I'm a pro. I can present with you. So if you'll drop your number 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat for me, and then we will get going on everything.
We have some 2s, lots of 2s.
Lots of 2s, and that is great. And give it to you. Welcome to those who just popped in. We are going through just a quick, like, how much do you know about the LOR? So if you'll drop a 1, 2, 3, or 4 into the chat box and tell me your numbers.
Yeah, we got some 2s. We got 3. We got 1, 3. We got 1, 1. We got some more 3s.
Nobody wants to join me and do the presentation with me? Come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah, we're getting a good bit of 3s coming in.
Okay, perfect. Well, let's go ahead and just kind of talk about where this has taken us. We're going to begin our journey of what is the LOR, and it is known as the Learning Object Repository, or it can also be known as the Instruction Hub or Safari Montage, if you kind of want to put it that way. So if we go back to March of 2020, and what happened? We shut down and panic kind of went into all of us. I was a digital integration specialist at that time. The schools closed down. All of our students had devices, but the teachers taught with their classrooms. And so kind of moving into this mindset of, okay, we're going from full classroom to completely remote and digital, that panic kind of set in. And at that point, the State Department kind of had the click of, okay, what are we going to do to better our students and our teachers? And so everybody went to work at the same time. It was a mindset of, we have to be prepared and ready. And so the State Department discovered a lot of gaps during that process in that time, and that students didn't have broadband. There were broadband issues. Teachers weren't prepared to teach virtually. And there were no digital instructional things that were set out for us. And so this is where this whole process and thought process started coming through. And it's amazing. If you really truly think back to it from the perspective of classroom teacher up to the state level of where things were and where things are now, we have come leaps and bounds ahead of what has happened. So this is where Safari Montage kind of came into place. And if you look at this picture, it looks like so much information, it can be a little overloaded. And if you notice, my presentation kind of has food trucks. It's kind of the theme of it. Remember, I'm an elementary teacher, so everything has a theme, and that's how I live my life, because you got to have fun in it. And so I want you to think of Safari Montage as just our basis, our landing spot is kind of like your food truck festival. So you go, it's a one-stop shop. There's all of these food trucks that you can go and you can walk around and you can peek at, look at, and then you might pick your main meal. So you might go to the taco truck. Of course, I'm going to go to the taco truck because it's tacos. And I might dive into that one, but I know that I can always get a sample or a taste test. And next time I might dive into another one. So Safari Montage is our food truck festival. And all of the things that are within Safari Montage are going to be the different trucks that are there. So that's just kind of the mindset that I kind of want you to think about today. So the State Department is building a learning object repository. So kind of right here is your instruction hub. And that's where lessons are going to be built. So the Safari Montage is what is that platform and the basis that everybody across the state can use. It fits in with all LMSs, which are the learning management systems within our state. So if you're a Google district, Safari Montage works with it. If you use ClassLink, Safari Montage works with it. If you use Schoology, Safari Montage works with it. Whatever platform you use, it's there for everybody across the state. And the State Department is working to build lessons, actual lessons that are set to standards that can be placed into the learning repository. So one of our food trucks is going to be lessons that teachers can access to push out to their students. So in the time of panic, hoping that we never have to close down again and go through that. But we know that situations put us in things where we have to have that remote access. These lessons are going to be there and built there for teachers to access, to share with their students. So it's an amazing process. So not only teachers don't really have to build anything, a lot of it's done for you, and this is a click and drop and it's already there, but it has so much more opportunity that's there for us. Keep moving my little pictures around so I can find my buttons to click. So this is where the Instruction Hub comes from. So you'll hear it referred to as Instruction Hub. You can be heard as the LOR. It could be heard as Safari Montage. I will refer to it as the LOR or the Instruction Hub pretty much forward through the process. Just know that Safari is the main hub that's there, but within it, we're focusing on the Instruction Hub and the LOR for that process. So the LOR is a learning object repository. This is where we're building that high quality instruction that meets the standards of South Carolina. I am working personally to build lessons that have been developed by teachers, and they're standards-based, and I'm turning them from a paper copy into a digital copy to place into the instruction hub so that teachers across the state of South Carolina, because we all teach the standards, fingers crossed, that they can access this information and these lessons and activities and build it into the curriculum that they're already doing. So like second grade, the unit I'm working on now is light. And so I have stories and digital activities that go with it. The teacher would just click on it, download it, and push it through to their students. So all of this is a process that's coming to us by the people that are guiding us in South Carolina. But what about those lessons that don't follow standards? Like what are these teachers that just pull things and put things up there? Well, there's an approval process. It's not just, oh, any nilly-willy gets to drop a lesson into the activity into there and we all access it and doesn't really teach our standards. We all have to go through a process. Anything I build actually goes into a process and an approval queue. And this is kind of what it looks like. So you have your process. The teacher decides they're going to build a lesson and share it. It goes into the queue. It gets decided, is it going to be approved or denied? If it's approved, then it becomes available. If it's denied, it goes back to the person to kind of fix that lesson. So it's not just pushed out there for everybody. There is a vetting process that has gone through in order for lessons to actually hit that curriculum spot. So I think that is very important to understand. Who approves it is going to be based on the people that are within your district or within the state. There's somebody set in each of those areas that goes through to approve or deny those processes. Even if I build it, even though it was a teacher built lesson and I'm just making it digital, it still has to go through that vetting and approval process to hit that area. So we still have the issue of broadband and some of those students that don't have access. We had opportunities of hotspots that got pushed out to students and teachers that were over there, but there is an amazing partnership with ETV, and they have what we call data casting, and it's new and it's only in a few districts, but the potential of what it is amazing. So you have our lessons that are accessed through the LOR or through ETV. ETV provides the device, the data casting device. The teacher is able to send lessons to students that are encrypted on a secure signal and they get it to their device. It's not the internet. It's not the internet at all. Students are just able to access the information, they complete it, and when they go back to a place that has a secure signal, then their lessons can be uploaded. They don't get to surf YouTube, they don't get to surf the internet, but they still have opportunity to complete their work in a remote situation. What this partnership we have can do and what it has is blown my mind through the process. There's about 10 schools that have this right now that are kind of piloting it out and testing it. My team, the learning engagement coaches, have asked ETV we can partner with them to ensure that those places that have schools that definitely have the low income, that they may not have internet, they're all working off phones, those types of things, to reach out, let us be the people to reach out and get into the sharing of this information. My information is going to be at the end of this presentation. You can contact me at any time if you're interested in something like this, and I am happy to share the information. This blows my mind. I am more excited about this in the last few weeks than anything I've ever experienced, because this is what we need for those students that don't have that access that they need. And we know that people who are sitting outside of schools to do work to get a signal, this can change our world completely. I lost my mouse, there we go. Now, how do schools access this LOR, this instructional hub? Well, if you have ClassLink, you can find it there. Schoology has access to it. If you use Canvas as your LMS, you have access to it. If you don't have any idea how to access the Instruction Hub, you can go to the State Department website. find the Instruction Hub under Educator, and if you find your district access map, it gives you the sign-in information, and then you use your regular district login to access it. Again, I can take you through this whole process. I typically do about a 5-hour presentation on all of this and like a deep dive into it. So if this is something that you are interested in sharing with your team, with your district, my contact again will be there, and I'm happy to come and do that face-to-face session with you guys to kind of dig into the Instruction Hub and how everything works. So when we get into Safari Montage, once you get signed in, this is the things that you see on your dashboard, and they're like the apps that are there. So you've got search, you've got playlist, you've got easy upload, there's a get it, my files, SCDE license content. So if we were in a room together and we were walking around, I would have you go and put sticky notes up and all of these things, but we're not there. So we're going to do it digitally. So take a second in the chat, pick one of the things. What do you think it would be used for? I'll kind of start. I see the search button. It has a magnifying glass. I assume that is going to be where I'm going to go and search for, maybe I'm going to search for titles of things. So kind of take a minute and go through and let's see what you think some of these might be used for. There is a word there. Metadata is one of our key points. I want to see if anybody knows what that might be. So if you'll take a second, pick one of them, see what you think the purpose of it is. That playlist or recorded content. Anybody want to give a try to this word, metadata? Don't be scared. Providing additional resources, my files, a place to store lessons for students. Perfect, great. So I'm going to kind of take you through a walk through each of these that are there. I will not take you through the entire board, and because every board is going to look different per person. My boards may have things on it that your boards may not have. A teacher's may look different from a district administrator's board. So I'm going to take you to the main keys of it. And what the purpose of it is and where you find things. So I think that's important. This is a snapshot of my personal dashboard. And if you look at the bottom, you see I have all the Microsoft things down here. If you are a Google district, you're going to see the Google-y things. If you are, what else is there? Microsoft, Google. Yours may look different. The State Department uses Microsoft, so those are the apps that I see down here. And then up here, you have all the other apps there. You may have extra apps. Like I have this app right here called Curriki, and that's where I'm building lessons that I'll be able to be pushed out to on the LOR for the access that's there. So we're going to kind of go through each of these. I will not talk about View and Chat and View and Chat Manager. It's something that I think is for higher levels, and they're not completely there yet. Let me find my button. So the first thing that we'll talk about is the Using Safari Montage. It is the app that's there. So if you get lost or you need to find something, all the information is found in the app for Using Safari Montage. If you are a badge person, if you go through and complete a quiz, you get a badge that you can add to your email or you can add to any of those sources. It's there for you. But it gives those basics, like what do I do with Easy Upload? I can't remember. You go through there and click it, and it's always there for you. The Easy Upload button is one of my favorite buttons because I love to add YouTube clips and things to lessons. And so Easy Upload is there. It's not available through all districts. Remember that some districts go through a process, and the IT has to go through and click these things to make sure that they're available. But I want to show you the process of what these things do to help everybody. When you click Easy Upload, you can upload a file, or you can toggle it and you can upload a link, and you put your information in, and you can choose the title, you give it a description, the grade range, and then you have the option to choose all users or teachers and staff that you want to upload it to. This might be more, you may not have this button that's there depending on your district access, but all users, like I might push it to all people within the State Department. That's part of the day. It's your free word. You can take it and use it and feel like you're an important person because you're using the word metadata. But it just means all of the extra content and information that's there. Are you guys still with me? My internet says it's unstable, so it's kind of making me a little bit nervous. So that's just the big word for the extra words that you add in. So metadata. So today you can say, oh, the metadata on that is blah, blah, blah. And so use your big vocabulary. Everybody's familiar with this, right? YouTube. How many of you use it? My husband watches YouTube every single day. My children are on YouTube all the time. And so, I mean, it's there for everybody to use. We love it. But what people or teachers don't love is all this mess, okay? So this Encanto run is one of the new things that I've seen. I haven't even had time to like go. But if I were a classroom teacher, brain break with my students. And so I'm going to hit you up and I want to play this, but I have all this extra mess that's on the side. So all of the ads and all of the comments. This Safari montage takes all of that away. You are able to go in and easy upload, put your link in, and it takes all of the junk off of the screen and only has that video that's there to show them. That alone is the key, like winning piece of this whole process. There are shortcuts to do it, but if you're already going to be uploading lessons and activities in a playlist, this is just a one-stop shop to drop it in. There it is to access it. What? And I'll show you in a little bit more places that you can go for it. The next app we're going to look at is SCDE licensed content. So this is all of the materials that are purchased by the State Department, and they're going to be placed in one spot. My favorite thing is here, and this is where Discovery Education is. Oh my goodness, Discovery Education is one of my very favorite things to use. If you've never gone through and experienced it and just kind of dug into it, they have amazing things like the AEIOU spotlight activities, the videos. It is worth its money and gold in and of itself. So Discovery Education lives here and Math Nation lives here right now. And as the State Department purchases more content, it will be added into this area. I could spend an entire day on professional development for Discovery Education. So that's always an option also for you. I'm selling myself as I go through this presentation. My next one is My File. Someone put in there what they said that one is. That's where all the files that you upload live. If you don't have an option for easy upload, you can also upload your YouTube links right here in My Files. Over in the corner, it hides where you can upload different activities and things. And when you do, you get to choose things like what publisher you're choosing. If it's a web link, you drop it in, you have that metadata that you can add in, all of those types of things. This is what it looks like. So these are all of the things that I've uploaded. I've uploaded a picture. I've uploaded from Epic Books. Tumble Books can be uploaded into this. That's a whole nother step in the process. Lots of YouTube videos. You see all of mine are called tests and things because I have to play in it because I need to see what it looks like. And once you do, this is what it looks like. So Jack Hartman is my best friend. He does not know that, but learned about his letters and dances. I am a moving girl, so that's why I can't sit still during this presentation. But within your upload, you have an option to drop this into a playlist, which is we'll talk about in a minute. You can edit what's there, delete it. You can get a permanent link. So if you just want to push this out to your students, you have an option to take the link and push it out. Or you can have a QR code. So kids can walk around the room and they can scan the QR code and have the video that's there for them. There's so many options right here. And this is a video that doesn't have the junk that comes around it. So I think that alone is worth everything else. The couple of apps that are there that are worth sharing about, but not worth spending a ton of time, the one that looks like adding the link is where Discus lives. Discus doesn't show up on everybody's slide. It's something that is supposed to be pushed out to everybody. But Discus is where we find those tumble books and the encyclopedia information. That's where that lives. So it's a one-stop shop for everything instead of having different tabs opened up for all of these things. The next ones are the Create a Get It and Get It results. Oh my goodness. These are not ready quite yet for everybody, but when they are, better watch out because it has amazing opportunity. So I want you to think Edpuzzle. Anybody familiar with Edpuzzle? You have a video that you watch and then you have questions that are built in within the video. Well, this is what Create Get It can do. Whatever you're working on, you can stop that, add questions in. So instead of kids just zipping through the content on the videos, they have to actually pay attention and answer questions through the process. And then the teacher gets the results. You can see it. So you're keeping everybody engaged the entire time versus those questions that come at the end or different points. So when it comes out, it has amazing potential. But I'll give you a freebie. Discovery Education also has this feature that's built into their videos. So if you are in, and then you can load it back into Safari Montage. So all of it works together and it's married. But for time purposes, I can't go through everything. So I'm just kind of giving you that big overview. So what is the purpose of adding these resources and date standards? And it populates those standards for us. And I'll show you that in just a minute. That is huge. We are here for our students. We want to make sure that they are learning the standards because we know that they have fallen behind. We want to make sure that we have access to share these resources. If I'm a third grade teacher, I want to share with teachers in my district that also teach third grade. We have new reading curriculum coming out in some of our schools. We want to be able to have that information that's there. Everything's going to stay in Safari until you delete it. It's not going to go anywhere. You can use the resources over and over again. And one of the biggest things is not wanting that there. So if you take it like, guys, don't look at the screen. If you have a question, I'm going to breathe for just a second. And I can answer any questions that you might have at this moment. I think we're good. It looks like we have any burning questions that are here. Who wants a donut after looking through these things? All right. So one of the best things that is part of this is that you can search by standards. So if you're at the top of your main page, you have standards. And when you open it up and you click on it, you can go to South Carolina, you choose the document type, and the standards will pop up there. Even the early learning standards for South Carolina are already built into this program, and any lesson or activity that is connected to that standard is going to show up. So right now I'm just looking at 6th grade standards. And if I click and I see that it's blue, okay, that's great. My next step is to kind of dig down and drop into each of those indicators that are there. And you can see right here that there are 21 titles correlated. I, as a teacher, haven't loaded anything into the program, and I automatically have 21 things that I can click on that I can access for my students based on that standard. What? That is one of the amazing things that's there to access for our students. I just saw a question that the attendance link is going to be dropped in just a few minutes. You also have the option to search within Safari Montage, and you have the option to search by keyword You can search within your grade range. I would keep this kind of broad. So if you are a second grade teacher, you might do first grade to third grade for the information. And you can search by publisher. And the amount of publishers that are a part of Safari Montage is huge. One of my favorites that's there is Bill Nye. Bill Nye, the Science Guy. Schoolhouse Rock. I mean, I learned my multiplication tables from Schoolhouse Rock. So being able to access that information is there. Reading Rainbow. Hello. Can you tell that I'm old? Because some of these things are just going back old school for me. So I haven't even loaded anything, and I can pull resources from all of these places to give my students information. I have the option within the search. These are the things that are going to pop up. So if I search for frogs, I put in my grade range. I didn't even choose a publisher. I just want to see what's there for everybody with this board. I have all of these things that I can access. And again, I haven't loaded anything. And you see that I get a video that's going to pop up. It tells me that it's 53 minutes. We know as teachers that we cannot show content for an hour video to students, but it drops it down into chapters. I have the option to drop things into my playlist. I can add lessons directly to Google Classroom or through Teams, whatever. Click and push. It's the ease for the students. I have an option to send QR codes. I can do permanent links. You see right here, it breaks it into chapters because again, maybe I don't need 53 minutes of video. I just need a particular part of it. I can send just a segment to my students. So it breaks it down for me. I don't have to sit and play and stop it at 6.53 minutes and only play. So that's great, but now what? Oh, great, I can search all of that stuff. Well, now you as the teacher, you as the administrator, you as the principal have an opportunity to build a playlist. And a playlist is like taking everything together and putting it into a magical board where it all just kind of flows and goes through the process. I can pull a lesson, I can pull a video, I can add a YouTube link, put it together and push it out to my students, and it's there for them. But why? Why a playlist? Well, how are you providing resources? Not all of our students are on the same level. Any classroom teacher knows that. We know that our students, we have some that are very low, we have some that are very high. This opportunity provides that differentiated instruction. I can push to Angela, sorry, Angela, I'm using you as my person today, and give her a set of activities to complete. I can use this. I think that the potential of this during a center time, it has great potential because you can give them differentiated activities to do that are on their level, and it keeps them engaged. What kind of data do you want to find? You can look at the information that's there. What kind of instructional supports are you providing? Are you just showing them a video? Are they just getting on a game on their device? This gives you the opportunity to give them a learning experience that's there. Maybe you are a district person or you are a principal and you want to do professional development for your teachers. That is here also. All of the things that are developed by the State Department for PDs, they're listed here in the playlist. That's one of the publisher options that are there. You can do this for introductory lessons. Oh, we're going to learn about frogs. Let me kind of give an idea of what the teachers are going to learn from, or the students are going to learn from that, and give them a little introductory playlist. Learning objects can be added for the entire playlist as well as individuals, and they are aligned with the standards. That's the big thing, is we're trying to make sure that our students are growing in what we're teaching them. So let's look at what this is. This is with a picture of Safari Montage. This is a playlist. Do you see the volcano? This is a Google Hyperdoc. I am a Hyperdoc girl all day long. I love that I can click and pick my options and it tells me what to do, A, B, C, D. But something that looks like this, the volcano erupting, it looks like my own little video. It interests me way more than one document that I have to click all of these hyperlinks on. And then it's going to open to different pages. And I'm going to have 47 tabs and not know where to go from there. The playlist has this potential to go with it. as you look at playlists, you have a classic view for creating. You have what the student sees, which is that big movie picture. It goes through objects one at a time. They click through it. They can stop. They can pause. They can go back. It has so much potential. So this isn't something that I might drop into my my playlist. And I have students of all ranges. How many of us have students that are bilingual or need that extra help in our classroom, or they struggle to read? We have options to change to the language that the student is, have options for it to read to them. And the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful part of Safari Montage is that it has an immersive reader. And if you haven't experienced an immersive reader, it is an amazing product that Microsoft has developed that allows it to read to students. It changes the language if need be. It can look by the different nouns, verbs, adjectives. It highlights, if you have the students that when they look at the entire page of information, it kind of jumbles it up for them. They can go line by line. What Immersive Reader has is an amazing resource to get the information out. It's currently only reading like that metadata description that's there within titles, but the students are understanding what is being read to them, what is being given to them through that. So creating a playlist, all you have to do is find your activity that you want. If you want to learn about frogs, and you add it to your playlist, and you can enter it. So I'm in here, and then you've already started the information. And then you have the option to drop it. You're going to go ahead and send it out to your students, whatever you want to do from that process. You can create a playlist first and say, okay, I'm going to create a playlist, and it's going to be called Springs. And all of our spring things are going to be listed there and dropped in there. And to create it from there, and then you can just add to the playlist as you go along. This top board kind of gives you all that information. You can go back to the dashboard, you can search, you have your standards, all of your playlist information that's there. You can enter by standard. You can add new standards in, tell us what standard is being your playlist. I am going to kind of wrap it up and kind of take the questions part of it. Again, this is a training that I do. It takes me hours to do the training because I'm a very hands-on person, and I want you to be able to dig in. I feel like if you don't have the option to be there in the program, it's hard for you to learn from it. So this is kind of just, I have developed an early learning technology updates newsletter. You are the first people that get to see it. So you are the winner chicken dinner for the day. And oops, go back. And so you have that opportunity. My goal is to push it out to anybody who is interested in it. It gives a little bit of updates about it. It gives, if you want to sign up for any of my sessions that are upcoming in March and April that I am sharing, I have across regions across the state. If you would like me personally, I'll give my shout out to my awesome self to come to your district and share with your team. We have those options that are available. I also have a web page that I'm working on to kind of keep all of these updates that are there. It's a bit.ly. I created it because it's really long right now, but it's bit.ly/LEC teach. And then of course, contacting me is always an option. I don't sleep most of the time, so I typically answer those emails whenever they pop up. I'm pretty quick to answer any questions that you may have. So I'm going to kind of open it to questions. I will let her drop the chat drop in the chat to get your attendance. I'm going to see, I have a way to give you, if you are interested in signing up for my newsletter, I'm going to drop it in the chat. So if you want to sign up for it. Is it possible to search for whole units of instruction or only one of the lessons that you've created in the playlist? Yes, as you just type in like frogs and it all pops up there. And then or, and then it brings it down into like, let's see if I share my, do you see my Safari montage? No.
No, it's still
Okay.
on your presentation.
It's still on my presentation. All right, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna start sharing again. When you have multiple screens, like you lose that mouse so many times. Okay, share screen. I want to share. What do you see now?
It's coming up. Okay, you're on your Safari montage.
Okay, so this is Safari montage. When I go in, this is what my dashboard looks like. Come on, Safari. You see that I have all of my images that show up there. So this is my dashboard. When I go in and search, click the search button, I might type in a keyword on my lesson, like light is what I'm looking at now. I'm going to keep it pre-K. I'm going to go to grade 3. I'm going to keep all publishers. Do you see how many publishers there that you have? That things I've never heard of before, but you have an option to keep all publishers, and then you see it searching. And so I can go through and look at any of the options that I have here. If I only want images, I can do that. I can search Discovery Education from here. So anything that's Discovery Ed, I can search from that, and any ed will pop up. And then I have the option to drop it into a playlist. I can play, of course, you want to view anything that's there, but I can drop it into a playlist and create it myself and go through it and share it out. So it has, like, the potential it has for what you can do with it is completely insane. The attendance URL isn't working. Jamila, do you know anything about that?
Nope, but I will definitely check it out. Is it possible? Let's see.
Does anybody have any questions for me? You're welcome to unmute and talk. I'm not afraid of you.
I just clicked on it and it worked.
Okay, someone said it did work.
Okay, it may be. It is
Christine,
it's Google, so it might be something with Google. We have
Hampton.
Yeah, I was going to read it for you. Go ahead.
It says that they have lots of families that don't have the internet in Hampton County. Email me and I will come to you and help you get that support with ETV. We just last week, we partnered with them, and I'm waiting on my device to get here because I want to test it out. If they can get ETV signal on their TV, if they can reach that port, then they are able to, the device will connect to it. Like, what the potential it has is amazing. This is the link for my newsletter. If you didn't see that, that's popped up. But please, on the newsletter, if it's something like you want me to jump in and come to you, I'm happy to do it. I love being with people face to face because I can have that hands-on approach to things. So you guys are my guinea pigs for the virtual part of it. So I hope that I didn't do this too much for you. Anybody have any questions for me? I know that was a lot and it was fast, but it kind of gives you an idea of what options are there for everyone as we go through this learning experience together.